On the news, Senate passes bill to control proliferation of arms. House of Representatives sets machinery to address food security. Plus, legal practitioner on pros and cons of ongoing constitutional review. Good evening and welcome to NTA Parliamentary News. I'm Amina Saidu. In recognition of the need to tackle the challenge of insecurity, Senate has passed the bill that seeks to control the proliferation of small arms and light weapons in Nigeria. National Assembly correspondent Lami Ali reports.
Small arms and light weapons in Nigeria and for later matters 2024.
The Arms Control Bill is for concurrence from the House of Representatives. Senate leader Opeyemi Bamidele highlights merits of the bill before its passage.
Seeks to provide for the establishment of a center to coordinate and implement activities to combat the proliferation of small arms and light weapons in our country, in line with the United Nations, the African Union, and the ECOWAS Convention.
We are all aware of the avalanche of small arms and light weapons that is spread across the nooks and crannies of this country that has given non-state actors access to these small arms and light weapons and terrorizing our communities in form of Boko Haram, banditry, kidnapping, and what have you.
It is assuming even a greater urgency now that we have so much security problems, especially in the Northwest. So I think this is something that should be supported.
Bill to establish David Umahi University of Health, sponsored by Senate Deputy Majority Whip Webonyi Onyeka, also passed second reading.
For the purposes of training medical doctors, nurses, and other allied medical professionals.
A bill from Senator Tony Nwoye seeking the inclusion of Anambra State as a member state of the Niger Delta Development Commission could not win the support of lawmakers.
Anambra State has been recognized or gazetted as NDDC, as one of the NDDC states, having been contributing to foundation accounts vis-a-vis the oil companies in Anambra State.
Doesn't align with the history behind the establishment of the NDDC.
Those who are in support of the argument that this bill be now read a second time to go for second reading, say aye. Those against say nay. The next have it.
Senate has resolved to invite the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory and the Commissioner of Police following a motion from Senator Ned Nwoko over the kidnap of his senior legislative aide and others. Senate has approved the removal of Babatunde Irukara as the Chief Executive of Federal Competition and Consumer Protection Commission as requested by President Tinubu, which is in line with the provisions of the Act. From the National Assembly, Lami Ali, NTA News.
The House of Representatives is proposing a National Food Security and Nutrition Summit to address food challenges facing the country, adopting a motion of urgent national importance by Representative Chike John Okafor. The House advocates that security be beefed up in agrarian communities, as well as more support for smallholder farmers to enhance food production. National Assembly correspondent Mitari Epen reports on deliberations at Wednesday's plenary.
The effect that pockets of security challenges is having on food security and food inflation generated debate in the Green Chambers. Lawmakers argued that long and short-term solutions are urgently needed to guarantee food security in the country.
The major farming communities in Oka North, Obofemili, Ubene, Urum, and Amanuke have been under siege for some time now.
The government needs to increase the resources to support smallholder farmers and agrarian communities, ensuring that they have the necessary inputs.
Provide this. Dry season farming. Where are they going to farm?
In as much as there is still insecurity in the land, farmers cannot go to their farms. Niger State is sitting on a landmass that is almost 10% of the total landmass of the country. And I can assure you that more than 50% of the landmass is secured and arable for agriculture. The road between the farm and the markets is so bad. So beyond insecurity, there is that need for infrastructure to connect the markets to the farm.
The frequent collapse of the national grid was another major concern. The House mandated its Committee on Power to urgently investigate and proffer solutions to what it calls an embarrassing situation.
The House is also worried that frequent grid collapses this year have negatively impacted the economy, reducing industrial output.
The CBN's cancellation of $2.4 billion forward contract deals was also deliberated.
Concerned that this cancellation of forward contract is coming at a time of worsening national economic challenges such as galloping inflation, unemployment, increased poverty level, and hardship.
Adopting other motions, the House mandated its Committee on Finance to investigate alleged non-remittance of tax revenues amounting to $342 million and 1.8 trillion naira by MultiChoice Group to the nation's coffers. The House Committee on Petroleum Resources Downstream was also asked to take over the investigation of circumstances surrounding the acquisition of OVH Energy by NNPC Limited. From the National Assembly, Mitaire Ikben, NTA News.
To discuss the ongoing constitutional alterations, we have a legal practitioner, Professor Dakas, to tell us more on the process. Will you say that these alterations over the years have really improved on the lives of Nigerians?
We've had a number of constitutional alteration exercises. By the last count, the fifth alteration, now the sixth alteration is ongoing. Clearly, that's a significant development in itself, the fact that we've had these alterations. There are a number of the alterations that have been very profound. For instance, those that deal with improving our electoral system, even though there is still room for improvement, there's no doubt about that. We've had amendments that have to do with the not too young to run, to provide the greater opportunity for younger people to get involved in government. We have had amendments that have to do with devolution of powers in respect of certain areas, correctional services, power, and so on and so forth. We have also had amendments that have to deal with the financial independence of state legislatures and state judiciaries. But as significant as these amendments are, there's a lot more room for improvement. There are fundamental issues that I hope this ongoing exercise will address. For instance, mainstreaming gender into our constitutional scheme. We need to have the voices of women at decision-making tables, a lot more than where we are at the moment. You also have the need to reduce the astronomical cost of governance, because this is something that the Nigerian people are very concerned about. And there are mechanisms through which this can be done within the constitutional context. I would also hope that you will have devolution that addresses other profound issues. There's an ongoing debate in the face of our security challenges about the need to engage the propriety or otherwise of having state and community policing. I hope that this is something that will also be addressed in the context of these exercises. And there are a lot more other issues that I believe, if properly addressed in a profound way, will respond to the yearnings of the generality of Nigerians.
Some bills, in particular that of the local government autonomy, have suffered setbacks. They may not suffer setbacks at the level of the National Assembly, but when they need the required two-thirds concurrence from the state assemblies. What do you think this process of Constitutional Review Committee will do differently on issues that concern many Nigerians?
Indeed, in the last exercise under the 9th Assembly, the bill for the financial and administrative independence of state houses of assembly was passed. It was passed by the National Assembly. It went to the states, but unfortunately, because of the dynamics of power play at the level of the states, it was unfortunately not passed. It didn't get the required concurrence of the members of the state houses of assembly. I would hope that going forward, there will be greater engagement, greater synergy, a symbiotic relationship. As I pointed out over the course of my remarks, in the course of this exercise, because of the pivotal role that the executive plays over the process, and especially at the state level, where the governors will considerably influence, you would need, over the course of the exercise, to find ways of feeling their pulse and to constructively engage with them. But that's one aspect. The other aspect that is extremely important is that the quality of governance at the local government level is to a large extent appalling. And so while we need to strengthen the administrative and financial independence of the local government system, we need to also make a very strong call that the quality of governance at the local government level needs to be bolstered. Because if you strengthen the administrative and financial independence of the local governments, and the money that goes to the local governments ends in a drain, and it doesn't improve the quality of lives of the people, especially at the grassroots that are the closest to the local government, then the exercise, the whole purpose would have been defeated. So this is twofold. It is critical, in my view, to ensure that in the context of the ongoing exercise, we address the administrative and financial independence of the local government. It's a critical imperative, but we also need to underscore the need to clearly ensure that the quality of governance at the local government level steps up.
Thank you very much for this enlightenment, Professor Dakas. Moving on, lawmakers and some stakeholders in Akwa Ibom State have declared support for an executive bill sent to the State House of Assembly by Governor Umoh Eno. They made this known during a public hearing by the House Committee on Agriculture and Natural Resources held in Uyo.
Represented by member for Itmepuika State Constituency, Mfon Idung noted that the decision by the state governor to follow due legislative process in the establishment of the agency is a confirmation of his democratic disposition. He listed the objective of the bill to include efficiency and accountability in the use of management of such assets, provision for effective representation and maintenance of assets owned and controlled by the state government framework for sustainability, among others.
Establishing a system for regular maintenance and publishing of assets, undertaking proper disposal of used assets, and improving health and safety in work environments. The agency to be created by the law will function to develop a consistent approach to asset management across ministries, departments, and agencies of government.
The House Committee Chairman and member for Mkpareni State Constituency, Uwem Imoita, says the bill is a fulfillment of one of the core goals of the governor to invest tremendously in infrastructural maintenance, advancements, and ICT development in the state.
For us in the Akwa Ibom State House of Assembly, our mandate is to appraise the bill and give legal backing to policies and plans of government.
Some stakeholders also made their contributions.
We need the bill of Monday that talks about agriculture, how people can eat. Those are the kind of bill we are looking for. We are not looking for asset management. We know who keeps the assets, we know how we bought them, and we know how we manage them. We are looking for a bill that will give Ibom power plants the needed power to generate electricity for people, workers, and artisans to use.
The ground fears that the agency proposed in the current bill, the subject matter of this public hearing, duplicate and conflict with agreement.
Nsika Okon, NTA News.
Delta State House of Assembly has passed the State Merit Award Scheme Bill 2023. State Assembly Correspondent Godfrey Nzeku reports.
The bill, which is the first public member bill to be passed by the 8th Assembly, seeks to recognize some Deltans who have performed meritoriously in their chosen careers and those who have done extraordinary things to save lives. The bill, after passing through a thorough scrutinization and amendment of various clauses, was passed at the floor of the House.
It is the word awards, and it starts the word award. To read a law to repeal the Secret Award Law 1989 B30, law of Delta States 2008, and enact a law to establish the Delta State Merit Award scheme to specify, among other things, the privileges of the recipients and for related matters. To add detailed laws of Delta States 2008 in front of 1989. Amendment so for 29 in the last paragraph. To read, not to establish such objectives of this law. Any award approval is made under this under the American Award for 1999. The word carry to be removed and replaced with made. To repeal the Delta State Merit Award Law 1959 Cap B30, laws of Delta State 2008, and enact a law to establish the Delta State Merit Award scheme to specify, among other things, the privileges of the recipients and for related matters. Third reading and starts.
Distinguished colleagues, by the passage of this bill, we have succeeded in taking the state to a greater height by rewarding efforts, breakthrough, bravery, intellectual excellence, and gallantry by governors, living or dead, who have distinguished themselves in diverse fields. This indeed is a great achievement and a victory for democracy. I therefore wish to express my profound gratitude to the sponsors of this bill and to all of you on the successful passage of this very important bill. Thank you and God bless.
The House adjourned plenary to Wednesday, February 28, 2024. In Asaba, Godfrey Nzekwe, NTA News.
Let's now take a break. When we return, more stories from state assemblies. Stay with us.
Are you looking for a short channel to make your business, goods and services go viral? Look no further, as NTA Parliament is your short channel. Take advantage of our wider reach and advertise your products and services on NTA Parliament DSTV channel 370, GoTV channel 126, StarTimes channel 306, and Free TV channel 706. For more inquiries, contact the Marketing Department, NTA Parliament, NTA Headquarters Area 11 Garki, Abuja, or call these numbers 080-383-40464 or 080-770-78055. NTA Parliament, strengthening Nigeria's democracy.
Welcome back. The Kano State House of Assembly has recalled 3 laws for amendment, among which include the Kano State Pension and Gratuity Amendment Law 2023 that will adjust retirement age for civil servants in the state. Samira Hamisushuya reports that the Kano State Public Health Security Bill 2023 has also been passed.
The Kano State Pension and Gratuity Amendment Law 2023, which increased services for civil servants in Kano State from 35 to 40 years of service and 60 to 65 years of age, was amended by the 9th Kano Assembly. Of course, putting a smile on the faces of government workers because of their prolonged presence on the payroll of government. However, this was short-lived. This Tuesday, the Kano Assembly made a U-turn to revert to status quo with a view to give agile youths a chance to contribute their quota to the development of Kano State. Other laws to be recalled include the Kano State Assembly Service Commission and the Kano State Judiciary Funds Management Law 2023. The laws, the Kano State Public Health Security Bill 2023 has also been passed during Tuesday's plenary.
Right Honorable Speaker, Honorable Members, a bill for a law to enact Kano State Public Health Security Bill 2024-1445 AH and to make a provisions for the regulating and implementing a public health security framework for Kano State and the other related matters. Third reading.
The law agrees a third reading of a bill for a law to enact Kano State Public Health Security Bill 2024-1445 ahead and to make provision for regulating and implementing a public health security framework for Kano State and other related matters.
Meanwhile, Representative Salisu Ibrahim Muhammad moved a motion for the construction of a road from Dadunkuwa to Rufai, which was adopted. The House has been adjourned to Monday, the 1st of March 2024. From the Kano State House of Assembly, Samira Misushira, NTA News.
The Nasarawa State House of Assembly has condemned the killings of unspecified number of people in Katapa area of Toto local government area of Nasarawa State. Lawmakers, however, resolved that government should set up a military base in the area as well as provide immediate relief materials to the displaced persons to cushion their sufferings. Adams Abdul Qadir tells us more.
May their soul rest in peace, those that lost their lives.
The unfortunate killings of innocent individuals in Katampa area of Toto, as brought by Ibrahim Abubakar Sahad on the motion on the matter of public importance. He emphasizes that the heart invoked profound sorrow and condemnation.
We will not continue to allow them kill our people like rats. It is very, very important that we should know that. Because if my people say they will take laws into their hand, the state will be ungovernable, and we will never do that. We believe in this government. We will support this government. We will ensure that whatever government will do to provide succor immediately to our people.
Other lawmakers also frowned at the ugly incident, noting that the acts of violence will not only inflict unbearable pains upon families, but also threaten the fabric of peaceful coexistence in the area.
That zone is known for high economic activities, and the state is benefiting so much in terms of the internally generated revenue. And what is happening today, I'm afraid, if our investors will still have confidence to still stay there.
All of us on earth are strangers. And God has made the land so fertile that we have enough to feed ourselves. The God that gives us the land never deprive us of any entitlement. Why are we depriving ourselves?
Set up a high-powered delegation, because when people see people from the government side to their place, they are kind of believing that there is hope, there will be light at the end of the tunnel.
Speaker Danladi Jato maintained that injustice for one is injustice for all, thereby stressing that we must stand united in denouncing these atrocities. He says government must direct security personnel to flashpoints in the areas and set up a military base in Katampa where every life will be protected.
The House urged His Excellency the Governor to direct the security agencies to take proactive measure by moving to the affected area, Katapa, to maintain peace and order. And if possible, His Excellency is to ensure that he set up a military base in Katapa to maintain peace and order in that area.
Among other things, on the floor was presentation of report from Committee on Finance and Appropriation on a bill for a law to amend and repair the Nasarawa State Harmonization and Administration of Revenue. Earlier, Speaker, Nasarawa State House of Assembly Danladi Jato hosted Western Zone academic staff of College of Education Akwanga on a familiarization visit led by Mr. Odebuya Isaiah, the school deputy provost. Jato charged them to redeem falling of education standards in the country so as to produce quality teachers in order to make the country proud again. In Lafia, Adams Abdul Kadri, NTA News.
And that's the size of our bulletin for today. Remember to log on to NTA Parliament on the following platforms on your screen. On behalf of the production crew, I am Amina Saidu. Thanks for watching.